What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today, BCH, USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 20th day of August today, or no, the 21st. It's the 21st. It's a brand new day. We got 23 hours, 30 minutes left in the day here, and across the board, we're making calls left and right that this crypto, that crypto, whatever crypto it is, everything's found its lows. I think that we have found our low with Bitcoin Cash. It's not the most explosive reaction compared to a lot of cryptos that did find their lows yesterday, but that's a good reaction. 2.2% up. You're in the same areas that you've been finding support really since April in this nice little trend. And I really think that we're just loading up the truck, man, to rip higher. I really do believe that Bitcoin Cash. I don't know if I said it, but if I didn't say it, I'm going to say it. If I did say it, I'm going to say it again. Shout out to the Dragon Riders, by the way. I do believe that we're loading up the truck and that we are about to see this thing fly. Like really, really intense, absolutely dominant, attractive, attention-grabbing price action is coming, right? And people are going to FOMO. Man, we've got more. I would say we've got more new investors. People are saying that retail hasn't come in, but man, we have so many people who are in their first cycle. I feel like the majority of my channel are people who are in their first cycle, and maybe not the majority, but a good bit of them are, right, or at least their second cycle. And even if you're in your second cycle, you weren't here for the block wars of 2017 to 2018, right? Whenever there was a lot of let's say bad publicity between the Bitcoin maximalists and the Bitcoin Cash maximalists, and I feel like that hurt Bitcoin Cash a little bit. Also, probably the fact that it was a hard fork and there was a lot of selling pressure from the maximalist end on the Bitcoin maximalist side. That probably hurt Bitcoin Cash a little bit too. But now that rhetoric that Bitcoin Cash is a scam, it's the wannabe Bitcoin, it's the false Bitcoin, don't buy it. It's going to go to zero. It's irrelevant. That whole rhetoric is gone. It's kind of forgotten about, right? Or if people are still saying it, they're being proven wrong. Literally right before their eyes, they're being proven wrong because we've broken out now of the lifelong multi-cycle downward sloping trend line here, right? We've broken out of our multi-cycle lifelong consolidation phase as a whole. That's what we've done. And I don't say downtrend because it hasn't been a downtrend. We don't have lower lows. If we had lower lows, it'd be a downtrend, but it's a consolidation phase, right? And when we have this attractive, explosive movement, again, they can say that same rhetoric that they've been saying, these maximalists if they want to, but we're going to have evidence. We're going to have price action to back it up, not just fundamental evidence, but technical evidence in the charts here, which isn't more important, but it does attract new investors. And that's the whole point of why I got distracted on this point is that there are a lot of new investors in this market. And even from last cycle, people who aren't aware of all that fundamental rhetoric that people were touting out before. So, and it's already being proven wrong, but we're really going to see this thing come alive. And I can't wait to see, man. I really am wondering how high this thing's going to go. The narrative, I thought this was going to be something that happened next cycle. And it's something that's happened every cycle for the Bitcoin Cash community, but the narrative of Bitcoin Cash catching up to Bitcoin or seeing, if Bitcoin saw this price, Bitcoin Cash will see this price. I think we're going to establish that narrative not inside the Bitcoin Cash community, but inside the crypto community. I think that narrative is really going to start to build itself, and the price action will help with that. And if it does what I think it's going to do, and what I think we're going to do, you guys, obviously, is something that's above last cycle's highs. Just by the end of September here, if not October, we're going to be up above those highs. So we're going to be above $1,600. We're at $560 now. I'm anticipating like $2,000 or more, genuinely, and who knows, man? We could be at new all-time highs. This thing is going to flip. It's going to be so damn bullish. There's so many bullish things going on. I don't want to go over all the indicators. I did that in the last video. We can talk about that every now and then, but if I talk about it every video, it just gets kind of mundane. But if you missed that last video that I made, go through my feed history. The last Bitcoin Cash video I made, I think it was, I don't remember what the title was. Let me look it up real quick. That way, if anybody's looking for it, that one's got some interesting stuff, I think. Let me just see, Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash will reach $100,000 and beyond. Final moments below $600. That's the title. August 18th is whenever I made the video. Okay, it's August 21st now. So technically, it would have been August 20th or August 19th that I made the video, by the way of the charts. But anyways, looking at this daily time frame, the RSI here, this would be bearish. I can't remember if I said this or not. I actually had to remake the video. I don't know if I said it in this one or if I said it in the remake or if I said it in the original, but I had to remake it because the first one didn't have any volume. But we've got lower lows in the RSI. Where here you've got higher lows in the price. That's a very bullish thing. It's an absolutely very bullish thing, you guys. Bullish divergence is building. Imagine what happens whenever we finally start to get higher lows and higher highs, when we start to get deeper readings into the overboughs, and we're not just flirting with it like this, but getting straight penetration and actually moving through like this with all this movement that we've got going on. It's eruptive behavior that's coming. Stochastics are ready to cross up and get into the band. Bullish. MACD is bullish overall. Nice to see. Weekly time frame, we look at these indicators. Bullish on the weekly RSI, bullish on the stochastics. I would like it if the week came up and closed green, actually. Because if we close red, maybe it's not so bullish. MACD is bullish, though. We're looking at this on the 1 hour time frame here. $559. Getting some stronger readings. We've had some weak readings here, and that's why we're moving down. Finding resistance just above the 50, kind of right where we are now. We're looking for a change of behavior. We can come down, but let's not get oversold this time. Let's move up, okay? We can come down, and maybe we come down from here, 558. Maybe we go down to about 550, 555, 553, somewhere in that area. And then we come back up today, Thursday, the 21st. But I would think that we continue to build from here. What we're looking for is some kind of bounce off the 40, if not off the oversold zone. We don't want to get into the oversold zone like we have every other time that we found resistance at this exact area throughout this little relative downtrend here, okay? Stochastics look like they want to cool off a little bit. MACD just crossed above the 0. Sometimes whenever you get that fresh cross, right, like this, you do come back and then you continue to rally. So that's what we're looking for. Come back, don't cross back below the 0, don't get oversold. I mean, you can get oversold on the stochastics, but I don't know if you will. And then by the end of the day or sometime tomorrow, we should be recovering and moving up higher. Looking at this on a 4 hour time frame, I'm not a big fan of this rejection off the 50 here. But with that being said, we did have a downtrend. We still kind of do. Lower lows, lower highs. But we've broken out of it. We had bullish divergence to finish it off. Lower lows here, higher lows there. So bullish divergence right there. I think that we've broken out of our downtrend. And whether we go a little bit lower or we kind of dilly-dally here or whatever, I really think from a time perspective, we're getting ready to move up higher. By the end of this month of August, we should be at new relative highs. Not just like above $600, but new cycle highs, like above $720. MACD looking good. I don't like the stochastics and I don't like the RSI, just where they are rejecting right here. So it would actually be really nice if we just kept pumping, but I don't think we're going to get that. So we probably will. Understand, and not financial advice, not a financial advisor, if Bitcoin Cash does see a lower low, it's fine. It's a great opportunity. Maybe we get a double bottom, and that's awesome. We get a double bottom. It doesn't happen to us. We get a double bottom. It happens for us, hopefully. But maybe not, It wouldn't be the worst thing that happens. But looking at this here, I would think that we come down a little bit. Using my brain, just using my eyes, I would think 447 to 453 is where we're going to go. We're at 460 now, okay? Sorry, 553 to 547. My bad. 553 to 547. We're at 560 right now, okay? And then up, and then up. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said everything I need to say. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We're either at the low for Bitcoin Cash or very near it. I'm calling for the low here, but if I'm wrong, it's going to be by a couple bucks. All in all, we've got a lot of upside to go, and I wish I had more money in Bitcoin Cash. That's all I'm thinking. That's all. Anytime that I look at these charts, that's all I'm thinking is like, should I just forego any other crypto and just become a Bitcoin Cash maximalist? Because here's the deal. Even if those other cryptos pump more this cycle, whatever, this thing's going to pump more over the next 10 years. I can't think of another coin that's going to do better than this in the next 10 years. It'll outperform Ethereum. It'll outperform Solana. It'll outperform XRP. It'll outperform Bitcoin. It'll outperform SWI and Hyperliquid easily. Dogecoin is the only one that I think might put up a fight, but even that, it's probably not going to. The reason why is because Dogecoin's realized so much of its potential. Bitcoin Cash has been held down, you guys. Like, it really has been held down. What, maybe Litecoin? Because that's the only other kind of comparable one that's been held down, but I see Bitcoin Cash as such stronger fundamentals. Litecoin's going to do well, I think, over the next 10 years too, but I don't know. I think in time, we'll see. We'll see. I think in time, a lot of these cryptos that I just named will be like, oh, you remember that coin? You remember how, yeah, that was, Oh, that was supposed to change the world. That was funny. Oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh, Ethereum. You guys remember Ethereum? Like it's gonna be like that at some point, and maybe not for Ethereum, maybe not for XRP, maybe not for all of them, but definitely not for Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is it's here to stay, man. It's here to stay, and it's the one that I'm most confident in. And again, I'm reminiscing in the thought of just selling all my other cryptos and becoming a Bitcoin Cash maximalist. It's almost like my soul is calling for it, man. It's that inner dragon coming out of me, baby. Dragon Riders, we ride at dawn. I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.